Hello. So I've been reflecting a lot, as I'm sure most people have been, about just where I stand and where people stand in just the way everything is right now. And what I realize more and more as I talk to people and get close to people and work with people and coaching and stuff is that most people come from pretty much the same foundation. You know, we want our kids to be healthy and happy. I don't know where the weird light's coming from, sorry. I'm trying to find it. We want our kids to be happy, we want to be safe, we want to have access to decent education and healthcare. We all kind of want pretty much the same things. We want to be treated like humans, we want to be treated with respect and dignity. And those things are pretty simple, I think. Not simple as in easy, because clearly not everyone has the ease of accepting this way of living. A lot of us don't have access to that. But simple as in not, it's not like my kids need to go to Harvard and I need to blah, blah, blah. It doesn't have to be that complex. And I always consider myself a pretty liberal person. I do like change, I do like growth, as opposed to a conservative mindset of status quo and keeping everything kind of the same. But I've realized more and more that I talk to friends who would consider themselves conservative, I see where they're coming from. They're not coming from the way that they're pitted on the news as, we just love our guns and we don't care when kids get shot in school. That's bullshit. We all know that. We know damn well that just because you love guns doesn't mean you're okay with school shootings, and yet that's how the media will portray some of it, And then on the other hand, conservatives will be like, oh, those left-wingers are just so blah, 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 and they're so stupid. And so in both sides who really don't sit with where we actually are saying pretty much the same thing, but it's veiled in this whole us versus them. And that's what is upsetting about mainstream media for most of us, is that it does very much polarize and us versus them. Oh, you wear masks or you don't wear masks. And if you do wear a mask, the people who don't wear masks think you're stupid because, they're not useful. And then the people who don't wear masks, oh, you're awful, you want everyone to die. It's all bullshit. All of it. And all of the people I know on both sides, when they stop and really think about it, they know in their hearts that it's bullshit. That people who don't wear masks don't want people to die. They're not trustworthy, and vice versa. So I challenge everyone to, when you feel yourself getting a rise, when you look at some kind of media, social media, or a clickbait article or whatever, to stop and think, what is it they're trying to evoke in me? I had this conversation with a former coworker just earlier today, because he posted something. There was a picture of the rioters, and then the headline was something like 19,000 new COVID cases in the last 24 hours. And so looking at that, we were to assume and put blame on the rioters. Most of them aren't even rioters. Most people who are demonstrating are just rightfully upset about the way things are. But what we were supposed to take from that, just looking at it, is that, these idiots go out and go form all together in public, and now they're all going to get sick and die and kill a bunch of people along with them, which, bullshit. We all know it. And I said to him, I doubt all these people have come down with COVID since yesterday, or the day before, or whatever, a couple days ago even. I said, I was like, this is false, not fake news per se, but it's misleading. And I said, this is the kind of thing that so much media puts out there that is trying to inflame us and separate us even more. So I really challenge people to, when you find yourself getting upset at something you see on social media, or or even the nightly news, whatever, if it's pissing you off, ask yourself why. Why is this making me so mad? Because there's probably something deeper there. There's probably something left out. They're purposefully trying to inflame you for some reason. So kind of dig into that. That's where the work should be done to figure out what is happening. So yeah, it's a difficult situation we're in because we're bombarded with this stuff all the time. And it really is difficult sometimes to take your emotions, especially with something as baited as race issues. It's difficult. It's a difficult thing to have a discussion about without people getting really, really, really angry or hurt or upset or whatever. The other thing where I started, and I'm kind of going back to it, is acknowledging that one person's truth isn't necessarily your truth, which also does not make their truth wrong. Just because it's not your reality doesn't mean it's not theirs. Okay, so just because you haven't been a victim of racism doesn't mean someone else hasn't. Or just because you, whatever. I don't want to give 8,000 scenarios, but my reality is based on everything I've experienced to this point, the things I was told when I was a kid, the things I'm told now that I believe, the people I surround myself with. It's all of those things. It's the work I've done on my self-love, all of it. What the person over there has their truth and their reality, and we could see the exact same event through different lenses, through different filters of our experiences, and say exactly opposite things about it because I'm seeing something different than they are. That's why truth is so difficult, because we all have our filters that we look through. So please stop and listen and be open to and accepting of other people's truths. This will help us move forward. This will help us love ourselves more, and we have to acknowledge our own truth. Some of us don't like doing the work because we see what our truth is. And we can change that truth. If, like, say you were raised and your parents were racist asshats, sorry, that's judgmental, but, you know, if they were jerks, you're probably going to have a few preconceived perceptions in you that you have to work through. That doesn't mean you're necessarily a racist jerk. Is, you know, if you're working on making it better. I think like the goal of humans should be self-improvement always. I think we should try to be better people than we were yesterday and an hour ago, always. And so do the work on yourself. Open yourself up to other people's perspectives. Try not to judge. When you find yourself judging them, look inside yourself and say, ooh, there's something in there that I don't love about myself. Or, you know, some program I'm running or some thought process I have that I really would like to clear up, and sit with it and try to accept and acknowledge and love it into wholeness, because that's the only way we move forward from all this stuff. I can't claim to know what my Black friends go through when they experience these things, because that's not my truth. But I know that I can sit in love and non-judgment of them while they are, and provide space for them to feel what they need to feel, and be angry and hurt and scared and all of those things. I can provide that space for them in a safe way, hopefully. So yeah, look within yourself. That's where all this stuff starts. All of it. It gets better by loving yourself more, because then you'll love others more, and you'll be more peaceful and less judgmental with others and their truth. And I'm done. Sorry, I'm getting all emotional now. I'm like crying. But it starts here. You have to start here. Otherwise, all this stuff on the outside will never get fixed as long as we don't learn to love ourselves. So there was a lot in that 10 minutes. I hope you can digest through some of it, and maybe I'll clarify individual things at another time. But this is, I think this is good when we're provided with these opportunities that we kind of have to face our demons. Growth happens. So let's look at the good in all of this as well. So I love you all. Have a lovely afternoon. Thanks for listening.